Time for a technical analysis review with Sensei for SoundHound, SOUN. And now on with the video.
Thank you, Martin. Now let's look at the sort of the technicals. This is the chart. It's on the daily. We can see where it IPO'd in 2022, and it obviously went up very high, like a lot of IPOs do. Hit a high of $18, and now we've been accumulating for quite a while now. Actually, this is a parallel channel I've drawn here, but with not too much. Obviously, when you look at the percentages, they are big swings: 355%, then back down 65%. But when you look at it sort of a long term, it's $1.50 to $3.50. It's been going up and down. It hasn't deviated from this parallel channel too much. Again, below the parallel channel is where is sort of oversold within the channel, and then above the parallel channel where it's overbought. So here, historically, if you're trading, you'd like to be selling here, buying at the bottom, selling here, buying at the bottom, that sort of strategy. And we've been in this for a while, and what we're coming up to now is the top of the parallel channel, which in the past we've seen deviate up 26% before. So it can head back to these highs and go up 26% before it does come back down. However, there's another possibility where this is finally, after all this accumulation, the trend can start heading back up. There'll be a few things I'd like to see before that, but to sort of confirm that's going to happen. Obviously, if the earnings come out this week and it's amazing, then the chart will go bonkers and probably head up to maybe $8. That can happen. There's not too much in its way. Obviously, it has to take out $5 first, but it is a fairly big company, so $1 billion would have to sort of come in to allow it to go to those $8. But it could happen if it has really great earnings, which Martyn will be covering. If you hit, click up here, you can see that live show where Martyn's going to be covering the earnings, which would be great to be watching to understand the stock a bit better. It can happen, but I'm not going to base my analysis on something I can't control and don't know of ahead of time. Right now, all I can say is we're at the high end of this parallel channel, where historically we have come back down. There is a pretty big gap on this chart, so if the earnings aren't good, then $2.44. Remember, put those limit orders in. Anything can happen in a situation where in an earnings call. Put those limit orders in. The heart line of this parallel channel is at $2.75. The gap closing is at $2.45. If you really like the stock and you don't want to buy it because it's gone up 75% in a matter of basically 2 days, put these limit orders in these levels, and maybe the earnings goes badly and you have a good entry point. If you're already holding it, then you might consider selling 10-20% of your position because it's gone up 67%. If it's gone up 67% in 2 days, that's something the S&P does in five years. So take your profits, don't get too greedy. Hold the rest, and maybe the earnings goes pretty well, and you might want to start selling some more. The next sell zone is about $5. Sell another 20%, and then hold the rest, and then have your next selling zone at a technical level, which will be at $8. You see what I'm saying here? You have to ladder out and ladder in. If you're already in a position, you might want to start selling a bit. Don't get too greedy. Put in your limit orders to sell at $5 and put in your limit orders to sell at $8. If you're not in and you've missed it, unless you really like what they're doing. Even if you really like what they're doing, only put in 50% of your money, unless if you really like what they're doing and you haven't heard of the stock until today and you really want to get in and your time horizon's 2 or 3 years plus, then maybe buy 50% and then keep the rest in case you do come back down to levels as 275. So keep these levels in mind. If worst case, this stock can come down to 160, so don't use up all your money. And ladder in and ladder out, and those are my levels I've shown you here, and that's all I really want to say about the SoundHound stock right now. I've given you the levels. If we start moving up higher, I'll come back on the show and I'll give you my thoughts. If we come back lower, I'll give you my thoughts as well. But I think there's not going to be too much movement outside of the range of buying at 275 or 248 and selling around 5 and 8. So the stock is pretty much covered on the technicals. If you do have any questions, do comment below down this video, or join my live shows on Sunday and we can discuss it more. I'm just checking. This is made during one of my Sunday live shows, so I'm seeing if anyone's commenting now. know nothing about this stock. Amazing. So I'll pass it back to you, Martyn, and thank you for having me on the show, and I hope you guys enjoyed my technicals.
Thank you, Sensei. Thank you for everything that you do partnering with my show here. Absolutely great, as always. Click above my head for all the links that you might need towards SoundHound, or things you might need for Sensei Crypto directly. Down below in the description, you'll find more links. Go and check out his Discord server. And thanks again, Sensei. Over here, you'll find more information that you might need in the series. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.